Not the
And
wrong
it
time.
automatically starts. Hey,
But yeah,
Rinzy,
thank you.
what's your question?
Thank you. My question is because I saw the recent Command and Conquer video, which was amazing. I want to ask mostly for to Mike J and Vince. Will you guys archive a lot of the stuff from the other regions of Postal?
What?
I mean, do you mean like scanning it all and having like a folder to look
Uh,
at it?
yeah, yeah, like archive of like everything that Running with Scissors has made that can be put publicly.
I suppose it's possible that we can just go down and scan everything that we have so you could just take a look at it. But
Mm-hmm.
data wise, no.
Yeah. We could
Okay.
have maybe somewhere in our website or some sort of virtual museum, I guess. That's something for future. Maybe we can consider that. All right, Sir Lucas, I'm going to invite you to speak.
Oh,
Hello.
hi.
Hi there.
Hello. I'm from Brazil. I'm here to ask you if you have any plans to make a new IP or make a new game. If you intend to continue the Postal series.
Well,
Good question.
over the years, we've had several other original ideas, and different ones at different times got developed to a certain degree. But for some reason, somehow, Postal always is what people want more than anything. Ideally, hopefully, maybe in a year or two, we'll actually, take the time and energy to develop one of the other ones. I'd like to. I mean, it's fun, but you have to understand, we're a true indie group. We fucking fund out our games ourselves, and thank God to the Postal community and folks like yourself. It's bread and butter. We just don't have the funding from a big AAA publisher to just let us, go off and pretend. So the answer is yes, we want to. Yes, we have some in mind, but we haven't been able to take that break.
Good answer.
I'm eating
I will
breakfast.
take the. It's
The
all
other thing,
good.
if I could just add, we are very committed and devoted to making our Postal games always better. Okay, and the truth of the matter is, some people come out with a game 3 months later, they abandon it. We're still making improvements for Postal 2 20 years later. So it's not like we have an A team, a B team, a C team. We're all in it together. So that's part of the reason why we just can't have simultaneous, co-development of multiple titles.
I mean, if I can add one thing, I mean, we are always discussing ideas, what we would like to do in the future, but like right now we are fully working on Postal 4 for now.
Yeah, it's our main focus at the moment. Let's take the next one. Bezier the series.
Hey there, guys. Also,
Howdy.
nice hat, Vince. I have a question for Commander Carl. How's it feel working at Running with Scissors Studio?
Well, I played Postal 2 when I was a kid, and I'm going to tell you one thing. Never in my life did I think I would work for the company that made that. So, I mean, I still wake up in disbelief that all of this has happened to me. Not just blowing up online, but working for a studio that made a game that really was a big part of my life growing up. So, I mean, it's amazing to say the least.
See, actually, if you play Postal, you can turn into a Commander Carl.
Yeah, that's how most of us started. Some of us started by modding the game. Some of us just
Pirating the game.
So, pirating the game. That's pretty much 90% of our team.
Yep. I actually, my brother's friend he bought it, so we didn't pirate it at the time.
So that's a nice circumvention. My brother's friend bought it, so I could pirate it.
And also, I'd like to add all the amazing work Carl has been doing for the game. So, and he's cooking some more stuff. So you will see very soon, I think.
Oh yeah.
Good shit. Okay, Fatal Error. Take the stage.
Hello, it's really an honor to
Hello.
be in here right now. So I have a question. How long did it take for you to make the first ever postal, and what challenges did you come up against while doing it?
The very first postal was about 18 months from start to finish. But here's an interesting point. We were into it for almost a year and it was fucked up. It wasn't going well, endless technical problems. And as usually is the case, people don't know when to stop designing. And you have to understand something. Prior to the original postal, the team I had here in Tucson, all the games we had made were what was called work for hire. They were licenses. They were Free Willy and Bobby's World and Sesame Street and Disney. So those were very concise designs. You know where you start, you know where you finish. Postal was the first game that we made as an original, which really meant we were designing it day by day. Adding,
Oh, it's back.
fixing,
Go back.
improving. That's really what makes the difference. Look, we had early access on Postal 4. I don't want to say it was, not good, but I mean, come on. Postal 4 had early access, Postal 4 today. Big difference.
Well, we heard like half of that, unfortunately, because
I heard the
we
whole thing.
had a little. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we had
that
a
was
little
kind of,
hiccup here.
Kind of broken.
Anyway, we're gonna take the next question. So, sorry if you didn't hear most of it. We are going to take Neon the Dark.
Hello, dev teams, and
Hello.
I have one question
Howdy.
about Poster Dude. So, what's the main inspiration for Poster Dude character? That's all.
Well, originally, excuse me, when you consider that the team as a company, we were making mostly children's games. I was tired, my team was tired, and at that time in the 90s, most games were all based on science fiction, aliens, monsters, zombies, etc. When we made the decision to make our own original game, I wanted it to be a fast-paced, basically shooter, relentless. And my whole thing was, I want to shoot real people. I don't want to shoot monsters and aliens and zombies. So the idea is we came up, we had the premise for going postal, and we're here in Tucson, so we came up with the notion that it'd be a white trash dude living in a trailer with a fat bitch wife. And that was really the basis. But we never defined the postal dude as in by name or who he was, etc. I always wanted it just to be a open expression so people could identify and not feel restrained as to, oh, well, this character is this or that. No. The postal dude is everyone who's ever stepped outside and stepped in shit. That's pretty much everyone. But not everybody admits it. We do. Hopefully the audio is working and you heard that.
Yeah, it's working. Yep.
Yeah, it's working right now.
see
Okay,
my camera.
we're gonna take.
I'm going to the
your
rodeo.
camera is working. All set. We're gonna take the next question from Thomas. Howdy.
Hello, my question is, what is your opinion on the game Hatred?
It's a game.
I like.
I
It's
mean,
the game is.
I liked it, but I
I
couldn't
like it.
stick with it, to be honest.
It's mediocre as fuck.
I like the
but
gameplay.
I'm happy
I like the style, and I think did we ever talk with the devs or been in touch?
oh yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
We even have a little partnership in Postal Redux.
We had a big-
I personally like it. I like the destruction of the buildings. I like the gameplay as a whole, but the story is, as bland can be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not for the story.
So
All right.
Incel's wet dream.
Pretty much.
You gotta take John Clitus. Clitus.
Hey. Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Good.
Hi there.
nice office.
First off, thank you. I just want to say, thank you guys for many years of entertainment. You guys made one of my favorite series of all time.
Thank you.
And also, is it cool if I ask 2 questions?
Yes.
Three.
Sure, I'll love it.
Permitted.
All right. So, first off, I was wondering if you guys ever thought of making a horror game, something more on the psychological line, like the first Postal.
It's actually that's a conversation we've been having recently where we're discussing another IP. There's a certain flavor to go. We have a new art style in development, and it's leaning towards a horror style, if you will. So it's a real possibility. I really enjoyed Postal 1. I mean, I was there in the beginning. I never considered it dark. I mean, a lot of people used to say, "Oh, Postal 1, it's dark." Then again, Postal 2, a lot of people said was racist. I never considered Postal 2 racist. So I'm probably maybe not the best judge, but so the answer is yes. Horror is on the table.
And
It's
then
funny how some people.
That doesn't
think
mean
that,
it's happening. It just means yes, we talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
None of what we're saying is a confirmation, because again, not only is game dev very unstable, like anything can happen, but also some talks are just that, they're just talks. And we talk about a lot of things. We talk about a lot of ideas that we have daily, and whether they make it
We
or
don't
not.
talk about talk about sex updates for Postal though, so don't talk about that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
For example, we already failed that goal. What's the second question?
So the second question, I was wondering what you guys think of virtual reality, and if you ever feel like Postal would make the jump.
We actually worked on a VR title for a pretty long time, and it's just sitting on the shelf. It's a great technology, but spending any money on it, any money at all, is burning cash, because the VR market is so small that we're already taking a niche product like Postal, which is niche, and then limiting the amount of people that can use it. So what would we like to see it? Absolutely. Are we going to spend money on it? Absolutely not. But if you want to play Postal 4 in VR, there is an Unreal plugin that somebody made, and you can play Postal 4 in VR. It's not perfect, but it works pretty well. So,
yeah, it works.
A prime example is Half-Life Alyx, which it's the latest Half-Life game, and many people waited for it, and yet it didn't make big numbers because, again, it's a VR market, and we know, we try not to take big risks when it comes, to making new games, and making Postal 4 is, way less risky than something like that. So that's why we went
Actually,
that route
on
instead
top of that, that said, there are groups that have contacted us that would like to do it for us, but like Postal 2 as it is not going to work in VR. So
Yeah.
it would need a remake, which I'm sure 15 of you want to ask that question, so I'll just address it now. We are not working on a remake. We will not be working on a remake. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen at some point, but it sure as hell ain't happening now. But if there's a remake ever made, it would probably be in Unreal 5, and then there would be the possibility of a VR extension of it. But that's pretty much the only actual use case.
there you have it. That's like half the questions people were going to ask in just one. All right, we're gonna take Logan, aka Copacetic. Take the stage.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hello.
I just had a quick question about cooking for Vince. I was wondering, do you have any possible recipes that involve tortellini that would make excellent dishes? And do you have any wine pairings with it?
Well, recently I was in New York, and I mean, with a tortellini, you're familiar with a cacio e pepe, which is cheese and pepper.
Yes, sir.
I didn't have a lot of stuff in the house, so I made this fresh ravioli that I got up in the Bronx, and it was just made that morning, but I had no red sauce. So what I did is I just, I boiled it up quick, hit it with a beautiful, really high-end extra virgin olive oil, and shaved the shit out of a bunch of pecorino on top of it with black pepper. So in a sense, if you took a good tortellini, you could do the same thing. I mean, I just literally did that for the first time last week. In terms of wine, I drink a lot of, I drink a lot of cabs. I mean, some Sicilian wines. But I like red wine, but I'm also a big fan of drink anything you want. Just, because I think everybody's got their own palate, oh, you got to have white wine with fish. I don't buy into that. Have whatever you want that goes with your meal that makes you happy.
One crack, please.
Yeah, right.
I said one crack, please.
One crack.
One crack. But yeah, me, Vince, and Mike had some really good food back in Italy. That shit was awesome. Sometimes we would go to a local Italian store, and it's not the same. It's not the same as going actually to the country. Okay, we're gonna take Goldie. Welcome.
Hey. I have two questions. Here's my first question.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. If there's Postal Redux and Postal Brain Damage on Switch and not on Xbox, what about Postal 4 on Switch?
No.
Like it will not work as much as we would like it to be there, but it will not work. Maybe we'll see.
No. There's a multi-pronged answer here. Number one, it would probably take 6 to 12 months to even get it running at a reasonable rate. Number one. Number two, that would be exorbitantly expensive. And number three, Nintendo of Europe is based in Germany, which means just like anybody out there that can't get Postal Redux on their Switch in Europe right now, it's more than a zero chance that Postal 4 ends up banned in Germany at some point. I mean, we're not saying it's going to happen, but it could happen. And if that happens, then all of Europe gets removed from the Nintendo Switch store. So spending an exorbitant amount of money on anything for Switch is not happening. Also, it's just not going to work. If any of you have played the PlayStation 4 version of Postal 4, you will see that what is a significantly more powerful console than a Switch can barely run Postal 4. So, no. As much as we'd like it on every platform possible, that's not the console. If they announce a Switch 2 that's more comparable to a Steam Deck, then maybe, but I doubt it's going to be that good.
I see.
Yeah, it needs to be really good. And it really needs to make sense. Because if we are going to cut off a large chunk of the market, like the European market is big enough for us to consider, okay, maybe it's not worth the trouble. And again, we are a small team. We would have to take it to a port house, and that's very expensive for us. What's your second question?
Pretty much when we asked the question, they were like, "Do not." That was their
Yeah.
answer, right? And it was just very early conversations, and they were like, "Don't."
All right. Now here's my second question. What do you think of my postal do impression? Hi there. Would you like to sign my petition?
Sounds
10 out of
good.
10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm
Okay.
Oops, I accidentally cut him off there.
That was brutal.
That was awesome.
Pedro, that's what Pedro
that was,
thinks of your postal dude impression.
Oh
He
no,
will cut
I'm
you out,
gonna hire
man.
him for Postal Royale. We're gonna have a story, so I'm gonna hire it definitely.
For the
okay.
European version of Postal Dude.
Yeah, the edgy teenager version of the Postal. K-Man, you're up next.
Hi.
Hi there.
I do have two questions. One for Carl and another one for Vince, but it's more a compliment for Vince. Anyway, so Carl, what exactly do you do at Running with Scissors? I'm curious.
I'm a 3D artist mainly, so if they need me to model something, I can do that. Or if they need me to texture some weapons or some environment props, I can do that. But I also sort of specialize in VFX, so I can make like explosions and fire and things like that. So I wear a lot of hats here. See, what else have I done? I could do some shader work too. I did fix the piss, so now it doesn't look like yellow paint anymore. Yeah, those are kind of the hats I wear here right now.
Yeah, the main role of Carl was the savior of the piss in Postal 4. If it wasn't for him, the piss would still be nuclear green at this point.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so Vince, I've seen your food on Twitter. Looks absolutely amazing. If I was anywhere near you, I would ask to take a bite of your food. Looks amazing.
Well, thank you. Commander Call was a guest here at the Postal House, and you know it's just it's good. You know, I love cooking. I would let me tell you, we should have some kind of postal cooking event. Yeah, anybody that's ever coming out to the Southwest or Tucson, if you get in touch with us, we've had fans visit, historically, and they've come over and I'm cooking. So you're welcome.
I'm convinced that Vince himself actually knew how to cook coming out of the womb.
I think
I mean,
he did.
it's the Italian gene, I guess.
Listen, guys, Commander, my mother told me I was breech. I came out ass first. So what can I tell? I mean, I don't know. But either way.
Oh shit. Kaz, you're up next. Welcome.
Hi. I have a question
Hi.
for all of you. Do you have any tips for future game developers?
Start young and stay consistent.
Just learn whatever you want to do in the game industry, no matter if it's concept art, illustration, 3D, sound, whatever, and then make a nice portfolio. It doesn't have to be the best. Just do whatever you think is right and start applying for every game company that you'd like to work with. So, or
Also-
even if you don't want to work with it, you can work in any game company for like a few months or a year, and then you can bounce and move to a different one. So.
Also, you do not need a degree if you want to work in games.
I don't have a degree, and I've been working for 10 years just fine. So, and you have everything on YouTube and online nowadays. And one tip I would give you for your portfolio: try to do it. You do it on any website, but ArtStation will give you the most like views and presence online.
Yeah. Like if you're really good at one thing and you're passionate about it, just stick to it, keep going, and get better. And online tutorials are the best they've ever been. So go for those. If you're going for programming, like Matt said and said very well, you don't need a degree. I think it's very safe to assume that most people in the team right now don't have a degree. So yeah, just keep working on it, tutorials, and also take as many opportunities as you can. Now there's a bigger focus on the work from home market, which opens a lot of opportunities for a lot of people. So yeah, I'm from Portugal. Matt is right now in Japan. So we're all over the world here, and there's a lot of opportunities for people out there.
Jay, you want to add anything?
No, that's really exactly it. Just start,
Okay.
pick a specific thing you like and work on that. Don't work on everything. You ain't going to be good at everything. So pick one.
Which one do you like?
Because I get asked this a lot in direct communication, it's so important that you be honest with yourself. Are you a programmer? Are you an artist? Are you a designer? Are you a sound person? Whatever it is, focus on that particular skill. And then, for instance, if you see yourself as a designer, find somebody that could code, somebody could do art, somebody could do audio. Create a small little team. Make a small little game. Small and simple is better. Quality over quantity. Okay, then that gives you a chance to have each of you working together and making something better than just on your own. As far as the education goes, I'm a big believer in education, but I'm also a big believer in, cooking and taking a shit. So unfortunately, many universities today all offer programs in some sense of game development, game design. I probably would fire 99% of the people that are in that field. It's unfortunate, it's corrupt, it's fraudulent, it's bullshit. Do what makes you happy. And like what Mike was saying is, sometimes somebody writes me and says, "Hi, I want to apply for Running with Scissors. I'm a game designer. I code, I draw." I mean, really? I mean, you might even do all those things. But if the best thing you do is taking a shit, then take the best shit you can. I mean, that's it. I feel bad for so many people get the wrong advice. They try to do too much. Don't. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. And be honest. That's another thing. Be honest. I've had people apply and then you really don't tell me you're an artist when you're really not. It all comes out. Be honest. I hope that answers the question. I really get pissed off when I see so many good people with great intention and they get ripped off by schools and by others. And look, bottom line is maybe you're great as a player. Maybe the thing you do best, you could be a game tester. That's a very valuable contribution. So, enough. Next question, please.
Well said. Well said. Take the best shit, everyone. Okay, we're gonna take a slightly cheaper something. I can't see the whole name.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yep.
Hi. So I have two questions. I was asking about the color palette of both 1 and 2 of Postal. If you guys had a specific idea for the color palette of Postal, or you guys just wanted to throw shitty colors together, see what happened.
What's an art guide?
Art palette.
No, I'm just saying
Oh no,
there
nothing.
is no Postal art guide. Like, really, there isn't.
Oh really? Okay.
I mean, we did have some early concepts, like some SketchUps of how it would look like in a finalized product. But like most things in game development, not everything needs to be followed strictly. So we don't have a specific color palette.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, there's a lot of back and forth, and usually like the illustrator or like the concept artist will talk with an art director and see what feels right, and you go back and forth until it feels refined and it feels like coherent with the game and the tone you want to give it, and then usually that's it. And every postal game has its own little flavor and style. Yeah.
Yeah. And my second question was, I've seen that the Postal Babes have been making a comeback. Are we going to get the male variant anytime soon?
I'm right here. How could you talk about me right to my face like that?
There's Mikey Boy right there, and the other West
Actually,
calendar is
yes.
coming.
The idea with the Postal Babes is that there will be something like Postal Bros or something with it too. We have a female community, and they deserve to see some men as well. So
That's like some crypto bros congregation. But yeah. We're going to start taking only one question per queue, but you can rejoin the queue if you have further questions. This is just to give everybody a chance so they can ask their question. All right, Kevin, take it away.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi there.
Yes.
Yep.
I would really want to know whether there is any plans for any merchandise of the original Postal Dude from the first Postal game. I know there's a doll of Redux Dude, but will there ever be any merchandise of 1997 Postal?
Well, actually, the doll is not Redux Dude. It's a mixture of both. It's called the classic Postal Dude. Anything we do will be that. But yeah, there's currently a body pillowcase in design for that. And there may be some posters that we'll be working on that will have some designs from that. But I would say in the grand scheme, there will be less. And that is simply because Postal 1 and Postal Redux are not even remotely close to our big sellers. So despite the very loud minority of people that want to see some Postal 1 Dude stuff, that's just not where the that's just not where the money comes from. So it's
Listen, what I would say is I'm a big fan of Postal 1, maybe because I was around and I had a big part in creating it. I'm very open to hearing all fans' wishes. I'm not as obsessed on the money side. If we were, we wouldn't have made Postal. Okay, we would have made a whole different type of game and been super rich. So you know, I think we're open. I mean, just if there's something in particular that you think would be cool, suggest it, and anything is possible. I see Postal as a universe with different children. You know, Postal 1 to 4, and all add-ons in between. So I'm not as compartmentalized as Mike is when it comes to Postal 1 is limited.
It's not like we have a ton of dude stuff anyway. I mean, we have a lot of.
But I'm just saying I keep it open. I mean, I don't believe in saying no except to rape and pedo. So
Well, I didn't say no. I said we're making the pillowcases. So yes, we are doing it.
But I'm just to answer you, fans' wishes or concerns. Let us know. I mean, if there's something somebody thinks would be cool, we're open.
Except in action.
Oh yeah,
figure,
and
that's probably not happening. So.
And if you folks want more Postal 1 or Postal Redux stuff, buy more copies of Postal Redux. We need more sales there. Sargon, take it away. Oh, sorry, already.
Hello?
accepted
No, go ahead,
question.
it's okay.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello. Is there any chance to see achievements on GOG for your games? Because at the moment, Brain Damage is the only one that has them. And if you can't implement them natively for whatever reason, GOG offer a Steam API wrapper that might help you. Thank you.
When it comes to GOG stuff, I mean, I'd have to defer that to someone that's not here. If there's not stuff there, there is a reason for it. And it's not because we dislike the service whatsoever. It's just everything that has to be done on GOG is significantly more complicated than everything that has to be done on Steam. So there's nobody here that can actually answer that question because that's just it's a different person at the company. But if it's not there, there's a reason.
Yeah, we take a lot of
Brain Damage
Steam
did it,
features for granted.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
the
not
same
as
reason
easy as
there
it
is
seems
games
sometimes.
missing. So yeah, like every little thing we do on GOG is like a 10 times time process than Steam, and it's gotten a little out of hand actually. Like even when you update the game, like if we submit an update for a game, we can't just upload the update. We actually have to re-upload the entire build of the game every single time because they have yet to implement any type of data hashing. So, I mean, that's just like a small sample of why things are a pain in the ass. But I will bring it up because I don't think that's an unimportant feature, but there's clearly a reason.
Yep. Gotta invite to speak Basie the series.
Hello again. I have a question for Mike J. Can you be my online gym bro?
Sure. What do you want to do? Do you want to just like flex on each other or like rub oil virtually on each other or
I guess both.
Damn, that's
Yes.
kinky.
Yes, of course.
Alrighty. We'll take another question from
Next question.
Zilberton.
Hi.
Hello.
I just have like one quick thing I've been wondering. Well, like, what was like the reason for the change from like a top-down shooter in Postal 1 to an FPS in Postal 2?
The original Postal was built on an engine we had in-house that was a isometric three-quarter style game. So that is the specific reason why the original Postal was in that format. First-person shooter games were becoming popular at the time. Prior to that, a certain amount of games in the other view. And by the time, the other thing really is, I've just always liked something different. So, you had first-person shooter, we had third-person shooter. I get bored fast. So, the technical reason, one, was based on what we already had in the works. So that was a natural evolution to just use that. And by the time we did Postal 2, it was also more important to be able to portray on a larger scale, Gary Coleman, just everything, the characters, we put the Running with Scissors office in the game. It just really allowed us to get closer and more intimate with the characters in the game. And then that's work to this day. So, that's where we are now.
Yeah, it's a formula that stuck. Lola, take it away.
Lola.
Hello.
Hello, Lola.
Howdy.
Hi. So I just wanted to ask if I can get you guys' opinion on a Photoshop I did that I have printed out.
Okay.
Impressive.
If that's okay.
Yeah, you can post it in the chat.
Okay.
Everyone will judge it.
I'll be
us.
quick. I'll be
We will
quick.
judge
Right.
Or if you can share your screen, it might be easier. Unless you have any.
I was just gonna turn on my camera because I have it printed out. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's perfect.
Freaking. Okay, where do I? Oh wait, here it is. Never mind. So everyone yell at me because I got super bored one night and I photoshopped this crap.
Well, from what I could see, it's the easiest thing I've ever seen. I'm kidding.
Game Boy Advance. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
that's all I
if
wanted to ask.
Nintendo will approve, but
Yeah.
And it's not because it's Postal. It's because it's specifically Postal 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'll buy it.
I'd like to take a moment to just thank everyone out there in the community who creates amazing art. I love it. Every day I get up I get online. I even get on social media before I fucking look at real work, and I just enjoy it. So thank you to everyone who creates it, and to all of us who support those that create it. A lot goes into it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys make art every single day. Every time I go on social media, I see a shit ton of fan art, and it's awesome. And it's mostly just great quality overall. And we couldn't ask for a better community. Like, not everybody can say that they have fan art every single day, and you guys just crank new art every day, which is awesome.
And also, if you want us to share your art, you can tweet at us on X or on Twitter. Pedro, I think, will probably see the art.
Yeah. Yeah, do a hashtag RWS art, and we might even select it for a podcast episode. We might showcase it on the podcast. So a hashtag RWS art, and we will find it. And by the way, it's very, very hard to select one every day because there are so many good ones, and I'm like, eesh, which one will it be today? So there's a big queue of art that I have to select. We're gonna take a question from XX Ola K ASC EL etc etc. Hey there.
Hello.
Zola.
It appears it's not working.
Hola amigo. Going once, going twice. Is your mic working? All right. Feel free to join the queue again. Sorry. Local soldier main. Welcome to the stage.
Hi everyone. I'm very grateful to be here tonight.
Hello.
Now, Mike Jared, you might have already answered this question, but I really want the confirmation from Vince Dizzy himself. The question states, I heard the rumor about a remake of Postal 3 with your guidance. Is it true that there will be a Postal 3 remake?
Anything is possible. It's not an active project now. Postal 3 started out great, but had so many issues that, and just to be clear, the original group that worked at Akella, the dev team, they were good people and they were talented people, but it was politics and management and other factors that really were the key reasons why it all became, one big dump. So in terms of will there be a remake of Postal 3? Maybe someday. It's not in the top 10 of things we're working on.
Short answer, no. I mean, at least not now. Mateo, welcome to the stage.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hey there.
I have a question. So
Sure.
my parents won't buy me the postal merch. I was wondering how can I convince them to get it because I've been a fan of this game for a while.
Say that say that at least Postal 2 and Postal 4, you can play those games without killing anyone, which is way more pacifistic than any GTA, any other game that kids these days play. So I guess that's one way to convince them.
No, like the Karachi doll and the Kani doll.
Just say it's.
What about your birthday or Christmas?
There you go.
I bet.
Well, Mike's suggestion was accurate for this one. Gotta steal
just
your
tell
parents'
your,
credit card.
ask a friend to buy it for you, and then hide it under your bed or in your pants or something.
Yeah, you gotta get yourself a little locker, just for your postal shrine.
It's a crotch locker.
A crotch locker.
Mine is still in my pants. So,
Hentori, I'll invite you to speak now.
Oh, hi. So the question is basically from my friend Chomp the Postal Dog on Twitter, and will there ever be an official game starring Champ?
Again, actually, that's one of the concepts that was kicked around a long time ago. It'd be great to have Champ have a larger role. Just, is it something we're working on now? No. Is it something that could happen in the future? Yes. Not sure when. It'd be interesting. I mean, I could just imagine playing as Champ and pissing. That would be a new treat.
Yes, indeed. Jack Heavy, I'll invite you.
Hello, you can hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yep.
First of all, thank you for having me. I'm thinking. I'm sorry because English is not my first language. I live in buttfuck nowhere, Russia, so you probably know. And I'm also nervous.
You're doing fine, man. You're doing
Your
fine.
English is great, dude.
Yeah, it's better than mine. So
Off to a great start. So I'm about to ruin it for you because the question I'm about to ask has already been answered. But I want to reiterate. Maybe you can add something, Vince, about the guys who made Postal 3, about Thrashmaster, about Akela. I want to know about those guys. We already know what this project is about. What about the product? I don't ask you to remake it because it's a fucking hell. But what the guys were?
Well, Akela was probably the second largest Russian game company after 1C. And Akela had a large internal studio, but also, they published a lot of games inside Russia, mostly inexpensive. Because Postal did so well in Russia, they had approached us and they wanted to kind of create a new Postal that had a certain flavor towards the Russian audience. The real problem was the original Trash Masters team was their A team, okay? Really good guys, a couple of girls, very talented. The problem is at that time, the economy in the world and in Russia started tanking. And when that happened, people were leaving Trash Masters, they were leaving Akela and getting positions in other newer type industries, banking, insurance, advertising agencies, things like that, because Akela paid so little. So the team began to disintegrate, and that led to filling in, and that's just not a formula for success. Not so much because it was in Russia. That would fail no matter where you are. So you can't start out with 15 people and then over 12 months replace half of them and expect the same result. They were mostly younger folks, hardcore gamers, people that built their own PCs, just good people. We had a lot of fun. I mean, Mike and I spent a lot of time over in Moscow. Great people, great country. Just things didn't work out, unfortunately.
Yeah. For those who are wondering, Postal 3, there are two fan projects that you might be interested in. One is Catharsis Reborn, which is basically a mod of Postal 3. So it's getting there, I would say. They've been working for a few years now. And another one is a mod for Postal 2 called Postal 3 Unreal. So I would say if you ever want to play Postal 3 the best way possible, I would say try one or both of those projects. I would say that they have bigger chances of becoming something rather than something made by us regarding Postal 3. To us, Postal 3 is basically, a big blob on our legacy as a company. So it's not something that we really want to revisit. So the fans are doing it for us, so be it. Art Maids, welcome to the stage.
Yes. My question is why when you're playing Postal 4 you can fight civilians and they will fist fight you, but you can't fist fight them back? Why?
That's a solid question. Because using weapons is way more fun.
Sure.
That's why.
I live in Arizona and I grew up playing Eternal Damnation. There were brass knuckles, and there was nothing funner in any Postal game ever than double punching and kicking at the same time. Nothing.
I mean,
just
we're not
to be
saying
like perfectly. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
I mean, we're not saying it won't happen in the future, even if we don't make it happen ourselves in Postal 4. Hopefully, like the modding community will do it. But for now, it's not in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that we've never put in punching as a default option. Like it's part of Postal 2 now, but that's because it was made by fans and we incorporated it. So that's not to say it won't happen, but there's just significantly more important things that need to happen that are in line, and you never know.
I mean, I would like it
Absolutely.
in the game, but it's not the main problem we have right now with the game. There's a lot of
No, and it
bigger
also
things
needs
we should change.
needs to be good. Otherwise, it's crap.
Yeah.
You know.
And like anything that we don't add to the game, workshop support will be a thing in the future. So yeah, that will be an option. I'm pretty sure somebody will do a bunch of weapons that you've wanted in case we don't do them. So Dempsey, take the stage.
Hey, so aside from the pigeon mission, is there anything you wish you could add to Postal 2 but couldn't because of budgetary limitations or anything else like?
Well, it would have been great if we had more time to improve the animations and the load times. Those were, for me personally, two things that I fucking couldn't stand. But you have to kind of put in the perspective of we were working on it. Again, we're self-funded. This is before early access existed. So, I get asked this a lot. When you have 50 people, 100 people, 200 people working on a game with millions of dollars, you're able to plan it very differently than when you have 15, 20 people and literally hand to mouth, month to month. So, it's just the way it is. I mean, somewhere along the line, you have to make a call. I mean, even including, for instance, we were well aware of the loads. We were well aware of the rickety, animations and things like that. But, it's what has, when you're a developer and when you're managing a project, there comes a point where someone has to say, stop, no more, change this, do that. So, at this point, would a pigeon mission ever come about? It'd be comical, but that happens. I mean, actually, there's in every project. It's just we made fun of it in Postal 2 because we were under the gun, and it was just okay. We're gonna mock ourselves and do it this way, which is obviously has become a classic in Postal history. So people love it. People love the pigeon mission. I get asked it a lot.
Yeah. Cyrus, welcome.
Hello. Am I here?
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, I've been a fan of Postal for a long time. It's great to be here. I wanted to ask kind of everyone on the team, what would your dream crossover for Postal be? It can be as unrealistic as possible.
I didn't hear the last part. Can you repeat the question?
Do you want me to say it or you?
Go ahead.
What would your dream crossover be for Postal, no matter how unrealistic?
I would
Dream
love to see.
crossover.
I'd love to see the postal dude in Fortnite. I'm just gonna say it.
Me too. Yeah, that's what I would say. It's not my favorite game, but I think he would fit in the game, and you could make like a fun cosmetics for him. So
Yeah, I personally
I just
have
want
wet
him
dreams
in a
about
GTA 6 heist. How about that?
that would be fun. I have personal wet dreams about Postal with Hotline Miami. That would be nice.
Obviously, Dead by Daylight's like the highest requested one for the most part.
Yes, it is.
So,
Yes, it
quick comment here. I'm leaving in 2 minutes. I'm going to a rodeo. That's why I'm in Postal Dude Cowboy mode. So if anybody has a question for me, hit it.
Yep. We're gonna take another question here. Could be the last one for Vince. We'll still stay here.
Hello there. Happy to be here. I'm sick right now. Sorry about that. But so I know you guys talked a bit about like postal verse whatever. I saw a idea on, I can't remember if it was Twitter or YouTube, but it was an idea about all the postal dudes coming together in one game and have it be kind of like a linear style of game where you had to go and you had to kill all the running with scissors staff. And I thought that was a good idea. I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on it.
It's actually funny. Besides the last part where you kill RWS stuff, that is an idea for the story for Postal Royale. But again, Postal Royale is a project that is not to be taken very seriously, and it certainly does not have a priority. Postal 4 is the priority right now, and there's still other priorities besides that. But Postal Royale will have a similar story to that in terms of multiverses, or rather postal verses, and it's going to be pretty entertaining.
even also to some extent, we would like to include like the Running with Scissors members in Postal 4, even if it's as an Easter egg or whatever. But it didn't happen yet. But that we've been talking about it before.
We do have models ready for that, but not yet.
Yep.
Postal Duck.
Oh wow! Hi, hello. Big fan
Hello,
here.
hello.
Hi. I have a question for both Mike J and Vince about the Postal movie. So we know that Vince is in the Postal movie. Were there any plans to include Mike J as well?
He could have been in it. He didn't wanna. He regrets it. It's
Well,
it's
by the time I decided I wanted to be in it, it was too late. I was one of those like contrarians from the beginning. Like I disliked everything that Uwe had made, and I was like, "Yeah, we'll do this, but I don't want to really be a part of it." Which is, I don't know, some sort of
that's a
fucking
shame.
angsty 25-year-old stupidity decision. But I decided I wanted to, and then we were kind of like, we'll figure it out when I get there, because I went to filming for a week, and obviously it was too late. So, oh well.
Okay. Hey, listen, folks.
What could have been?
I'm taking off. Thank you to everyone. Looking forward. We should do this again, and enjoy. And just remember, play.
Thank you, Vince.
Play and be safe. No rape, no pedo. Enjoy your food. Lots of garlic.
Just rodeo.
Just rodeo.
Well, I'm going to a rodeo.
Try not to step in too much fucking cow shit, Vince.
Oh, I actually put my boots,
again.
I found my boots from like a long time ago, so I don't know if I got them on. I don't know if I'm going to get them off. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. All right, we'll take the next question from Andrew C. Welcome to the stage.
Testing.
Yes.
Testing.
Everything seems to be in order. Well, just in case I gotta test this out, is my mic still running normally like the previous AMA?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, just in case. All right. So let's see here. All right. So hey, Mr. Jarrett. Hey, Pedro. Hey, Matt. Hey, Mr. Carl. Pleasure to be here once again. So obviously, it's been quite a while ever since the previous AMA, and despite the fact that I wasn't that active in the server, I still usually just be there and see what's happening in mine and get to all the VCs. So, all right. Permission to activate webcam over?
Sure.
Sure.
All right.
As long as you don't have your penis showing.
I gotta
Again.
I gotta take a phone. I gotta
Secretly, everyone
gotta
wants
take
that.
Okay, okay.
I gotta take a
Alright.
phone call real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, gotcha. Yeah. Got it. Got my little leather jacket for this little occasion, like I mentioned before about the occasion thing. So, gotta position that again. So, since Vince Desi is not in the AMA, well, I had this question about the upcoming Postal 4 thing that I've mentioned in the text earlier. Obviously, not about the release dates, since it's been mentioned that it's still upcoming. And I wanted to know, are there going to be like some new features, just like the one that was in Postal 2's next co-op features, or anything new with it that's going to come up?
Yes, I mean, one of them, I think Pedro teased it on Twitter, is the dismemberment will work more like the dismemberment from Postal, even improved in some ways. We made some animations for the dismemberments, and we are still cooking, still making the co-op mode. It's not yet ready. It needs a lot of work. But there's a lot of stuff coming in the next update, and it will be pretty soon. So I think Pedro, you can add more on that.
Yeah, we, as usual, each of these updates has a huge patch list, and it's gonna be no different in this one, where people keep saying, "Oh, why don't you just fix the game?" But the thing is, we can still add more to the game. We can still add new features, because the people who are working on fixes are not the same people who can work on those new features. So we can do all of them in tandem, and there's just so much that we want to add to Postal 4, and of course, a lot of you will enjoy those additions. That's not to say that we are not going to have performance, we are not going to have bug fixes, crash fixes. But again, like, if we have the ability to make the game better, that's what we want to do. A lot of people were not happy about the 1.0 release, with reason, of course. But yeah, we sure have a lot of things, and dismemberment, like, even the things that seem small, they are game changers. Like the new dismemberment system where NPCs can still, limp on one leg, and those are the game changers. So we want to keep doing those for as long as we can, and that's exactly what you can expect for the next update, and hopefully a few more updates, until we consider that, okay, maybe we should just focus on bug fixing purely. But for now,
Also,
there's more. There's more.
Also, I wanted to add that we are like a very small team, so everything, even the smallest feature takes a long time, and sometimes things break and it takes time. We have to fix them. So it's 50% bug fixing and 50% adding more content to the game, and also we want to be careful what we say we're gonna add, because it might not come in the next update. It might come in the update after that. So we never know, because we have a lot of things ready, but they will probably not be in the next update. They will be in the update after that. So everything takes time.
We try not to overpromise.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah,
exactly.
And Carl has
we
been
gotta be
working
very
on a lot
careful
of stuff, and sometimes stuff that was made like 6 months ago, it's in our build for us, but you might not get it in the next update because things take time. So sometimes it takes like 6 months to a year to add just even something that seems like a small feature. So yeah, be patient. Like we want it in the game as much as everyone. So even for us, it's frustrating. And also, I guess we can say that FSR and DLSS are almost in the game. They're almost ready. So I cannot guarantee they will be in the next update. But probably in the update after that. So we are very close to getting it.
Yeah. And it's also important to mention that, just to finish here this question, that even by adding FSR and DLSS and other performance fixes that we have coming up, please do not tell us that just because your PC ran Postal 2, it can run Postal 4. That's not how it works, okay? So
Yeah,
I'm saying that because I've heard that a lot. So
two entirely
Flip,
different
you're
game
next.
engines right there.
Yeah.
and also
All
there's
right.
like
Well, hello.
a 20-year difference. Hello.
So I have a question for all of you. Do you know any other languages than English and your native language?
Yes.
No.
I know
Yeah.
a little
Mike
German.
doesn't. He's American. That's
What
it.
about you, Threef?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for a question. Lord, you're next.
Hold on.
Lord.
Hello. Thank you so
Hello?
much for giving me this chance. I'm a big fan of Postal, also Commander Carl.
Thank you.
Very happy for that. Yeah, you're welcome. So I got two questions, which are ones that I only got in my mind, if it's okay.
Yep.
Okay. So the first question may be the favorite for Commander Carl, but it's also for the rest of you. And it's about the Fortnite collab. Do you guys plan to talk to Epic Games if it could happen?
No,
Perhaps?
no. We've answered that multiple times. No
Yeah.
chance. If they want to contact us, awesome. We would be happy to do business with them, but we are not going to contact them because it's not our it's not our choice. It's not
Yeah,
something that
but-
we can control.
Yeah.
And
I
so
just-
far, they don't seem to be wanting to do anything. Even they don't
At all.
really
They
want
don't
us
wanna
to
do
put
anything
their
with
logo.
us.
Yeah.
Nobody
well,
wants to do anything with us.
Yeah.
Not even indies.
In the
Sometimes,
in the
so.
future, maybe, but right now, no, not happening.
Yeah, I just thought
What's your
you
next
guys,
question?
I just thought you guys could ask because I think you guys are the ones who are up to decide when he's on the store and all that. But yeah, I even did a concept art of how the collab would look like what it would contain. If you guys want to see it, I can send it on the AMA chat. It's okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're going to move to the next one just so everybody can have a chance.
I got a second question. I already sent the image. It's taking a while, but I'm gonna ask the second question now. Is it planned there to be like a sequel to Postal Brain Damage? If it's possible.
We hope
it's
so,
possible.
but,
Anything is possible.
It's not happening right now. So
Yeah.
I
We
would love to,
hope
but-
so. It would be awesome, but it's never something we can guarantee. Fat Kid Productions, FKP.
Hey, yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Real quick, I just have something to say to Carl. I've seen your textures you made for Postal 4, and I just want to say you do a great fucking job. But my real question is this. So before Postal 4 was like designed or started, was there any ideas for a Postal 4 back in the early days of around like say Postal 3 or Paradise Lost? I mean, was there any ideas for Postal 4 back then? Like even
I think
any
Mike can
talks?
answer that one.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you cut out. For
that's
me.
a
Say that
Mike
again.
question.
Sorry, what?
Say it again.
Okay, so before Postal 4 started development, was there any ideas for Postal 4 back in the days of Postal 3 and Paradise Lost?
No.
All right, thank you.
Not even a little. Not until we decided to change 2x2 to 4 did that even come up.
Well said. Nino in the dark.
Hello again. So, two questions, and then I'm done.
Just one.
So,
Just one.
One. Okay. All right.
One per queue.
So Mike J, can you, since it's nighttime for me, can you tell me to go to sleep in Mad Cow Mike J way, please?
Go to sleep.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I like that. I like that.
RZ that. That was a good one without any preparation or anything.
Yeah. How you guys doing? Zeron, how you doing, man? Commander Carl, love your videos.
Thank
This
you.
question is more aimed towards the developers who create assets. What is your, but it also can be answered by everyone. What is your opinion of developers using AI to assist in creation of assets?
Well, I think Matt wants to give a nice.
I mean, I mean, everyone here could has their own opinion. I think right now AI it's very early. It's useful. It should be used as a tool, but it shouldn't be the whole final result and people claiming that it's their work. Yeah, if someone uses AI for their game or movie or project, they should mention it that it's been used as part of the process. But AI right now, it's getting good really fast, but we are still very far away to be able to make something good that has substance and that feels good. Like when it's handcrafted, like there's imperfections, but it gives soul to your product. Right now, like AI is just, I mean, the imperfections. I mean, they are like, I mean, it's not good. Yeah, but maybe in the future, it's pretty useful already to make like textures and shitty 3D models and like generate videos and stuff. But yeah, personally, we wouldn't use it for Postal. But who knows how it's gonna be in the future? Maybe it will be the norm. So I think Car could add to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, you know, AI is not going to be able to produce game assets for a pretty long time. I think really where AI is right now, it should strictly just be a concept tool or a tool to assist in development of a game. But that's really all I've got to say about it.
Yeah, it's a very scary future where AI is progressing so fast that we don't want AI to replace human crafted stuff.
Definitely
I think
not.
that all the things that we've seen AI so far, they've been soulless, they've been, you know, very artificial and not in a good way. I think that even when AI becomes a thing, hopefully it doesn't fully replace you know, artists. I think that if anything, artists should use AI as a tool, not as a replacement for their skills or lack thereof.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it should
Precisely.
assist the artist. It shouldn't be the whole work. Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
shouldn't be used to circumvent actual artists who could use the money.
Absolutely.
And,
Yeah.
and I think there's so much shit around AI right now. I think if anyone would use it for their project, they would get destroyed by the media or whatever, or by people online. So right now it's not worth it.
Yeah. Not to mention things outside the gaming industry or the entertainment business as a whole. Like there's so many things that are scary, like courts based on, you know, evidence. It's very scary. AI is scary. Mark, take it away.
Hi, I want to ask you a question about the original idea for Postal. Have you used an example, any games or movies for the series of Postal?
Unfortunately, Vince is not here, and he was pretty much the only one who was, you know, in the team for Postal 1. But if you want to ask about Postal 2, we have Mike, and for Postal 4, you have me and Matt.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that, I mean, most of the Postal games were inspired by like the old like boomer shooters and like the older GTA games and stuff like that, and then they became their own things. And I'm sure now games like Saints Row and like got inspired by Postal, or like even Hatred got inspired by Postal 1. So we take inspiration from games, but I'm sure games took inspiration for Postal. So
like the words out of my mouth.
Very well said. Thomas, you're next. Or at least you would be. 3, 2, 1. You're gone. So that makes Saint the Wicked the next.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hello.
You don't want a recipe? That's really the only question I got right now.
That was not a question. But we appreciate the impression.
Was the question, Mark?
Okay. We're gonna move forward to K-Man.
Hi, another question. This is for Commander Carl. How do you know those reload things that you do, the videos?
Mm-hmm.
How? Teach me the ways.
So I've got a tripod. I flip my phone. I use my iPhone to film everything. I set the zoom to 0.5x to give me that extra wide screen space. And then for things that are physically impossible to actually do, like for example, ripping a light bulb out of a lamp socket, I use strategic cuts and I mask them with the motion of pulling the light bulb out. So I actually film it twice. I film it pretending to pull it out, and then I stop filming, I unscrew the light bulb, and then I actually pull it out. And then I just blend the two shots together. And there you go.
Editing magic, pretty much. Really good stuff.
Pretty much.
And
That's how we
also,
found you.
without spoiling too much or saying too much, you will get some Commander Carl goodness in Postal 4 in the future.
Oh, yes.
What could it be? Nobody knows still.
Could be anything. It could be a
Merciless
Commander Carl
Defender.
bleep yellow.
That would be nice.
Oh,
That would be
hello.
nice. I would buy that. Hi there.
I had an interesting question about Postal 1. Was it meant to be a deconstruction of violence in video games similar to something like Hotline Miami or Spec Ops The Line?
Again, Vince is not here, so
Oh.
the most accurate answer you could get, maybe Mike could have some insights.
Not really.
There you go. Yeah, you want to ask something else?
Sure. So there is this program called Alternative Universe Playbook, and it basically allows you to make comics with a bunch of indie game characters. Would you consider reaching out to Freebird Games and putting Postal Dude in Alternative Universe Playbook?
I mean, if they want to reach out to us, then sure.
Yeah, we're not going to be reaching out. Not going to be spending time doing collabs.
I mean, it's difficult. Yeah, it takes time, and we are not gonna make it. But right now, we can say that there's a cool team doing putting the Postal Dude in Friday the 13th, and it's looking pretty good. So
yeah,
Come on,
for
Friday
a
the
good
13th,
perspective, we've tried approaching indie fighting games, and for them to say no, that means holy shit. If an indie fighting game is not gonna take us, then God, we are really the black sheep of the gaming industry. So we might as well just wait for people who are really interested in our stuff, like people who know our stuff, people who want our stuff in their projects. That's different. So might as well just wait and see. If you guys want to see that, just contact them directly. Don't ask us to contact them. That's not gonna do anything. Slur MP. No slurs.
All right. This is pretty cool. I was going to ask a question about Postal 4. Will there be an update where the game gets more completed? Because it feels pretty empty, in my opinion, at the moment.
Next question.
What would you consider empty in terms of what? In terms of anything in particular?
Well, when you exploration wise, buildings are kind of empty. There's not really any secrets, in my opinion, compared to Postal 2.
Are you playing on
I just
PS4?
feel like
The
it's
fuck you're
kinda-
talking about?
Are you playing on PS4?
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get
the
a-
problem. That
You're
answers
gonna
the
need
question.
Yeah, I mean that's
Well-
not good. PS4 is unfortunately getting sunset. It's sold like shit. It runs like shit. There's not much we can do about it.
For
That's why
real.
we gave you a free PS5 copy.
Yeah.
And while the PS5 is definitely behind PC right now, it will be brought closer in time. It's just not there currently.
Yeah, the consoles versions are updated slower than the PCs.
Yeah, we're sorry that you got. We're definitely sorry that you got the worst version of Postal 4, and trust me, it holds no candle to even the PS5 version, which is behind PC for now, like Mike said. But you got a free upgrades to PS5 if you ever make the shift.
It's a shitty answer.
Yeah, it
because
is.
we really wanted to support PS4, and we'd like to continue supporting it, but it really did sell like absolute trash, especially compared to the PS5, which we really didn't expect because there's so many PS4s out there. But I guess as it turns out, people that actually really buy bigger hardcore games update their systems too. So yeah, PS4 is unfortunately getting sunset.
Yeah, we're very sorry about that, by the way. Fardzilla, take it away.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What would your guys' opinions be if a fan made a port of Postal 2 to like Unreal 5?
Cool.
That'd be pretty dope.
It depends how good it is. Yeah, I'd be curious to see it. It will be a ton of work. It will be months.
It's a bigger
months of
project
work.
than you think. I mean,
Yeah.
you can try, but you can't. There is no porting the code. So you can bring models in, sure, and other things, but
I've
you're
done
gonna
it.
hit a wall. Yeah, you're gonna hit a wall.
As someone on the team said very well some time ago, if it was as easy as it seems, it would have been done already. And since nobody has done it, it's because it's not as easy as it seems.
Right. We know the money fountain that is remaking Postal 2. That should say everything you need to know. We haven't done it because, it's just not that simple.
It's quite a task. That's why we went with Postal 4. Tapois.
But we want it. But yeah, it's too much work.
Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
I mean, English is not my original language. I speak Spanish, but it's really bad.
That's okay. Yeah.
I have a question.
So far, so good.
I have a question for Friday Lost. There will be subtitles of Spanish in Paris Lost. I really enjoy Paris Lost, but I don't understand out of all.
Subtitles for Paradise Lost, specifically Spanish, right?
Yeah, I'm
I
Spanish.
think we did Spanish
I
subtitles
think
for
we're
Paradise
actually
Lost,
talking
didn't we?
about that, right? I think we were talking about that yesterday.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
you're in luck.
Yeah, the guy that worked on the Postal 2 patch, he's been sort of chewing away at a patch for Paradise Lost, and we actually already had Spanish subtitles made. They just never made it into the game. So hopefully, sometime this year, a patch will go up for Paradise Lost with Spanish subtitles.
Sí, vámonos a tener subtítulos.
Oh, I'm
Herbert
outta there.
West. That was terrible Spanish, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry, guy that has no fucking clue.
Hi.
No,
am I
that
audible?
from me, by the way.
Yes. Hello.
Herbert, hey.
Hi, I hope you're all having a good day. I was just wondering, what are your feelings on like fan made merch done by like fan artists and stuff being sold?
Have fun.
Yeah, I think Vince
We
would
like
just
it.
like that. Yeah, Vince just
No,
loves art.
we've already talked about it. It's okay.
Okay.
We prefer when people ask us for permission, naturally. But yeah, we like to see fan made stuff, especially if it's not made for for sale. But if you ask
we
for
don't
permission,
we don't care about that either. It's not
okay.
like this is like trying to police artists at Comic Cons. Like we're not going after you. It's just not
Yeah.
happening. You sell shirts on
We're not
Redbubble.
like Take Two.
Yeah, it's remember you are stealing intellectual property and trademarked stuff, but it's fine as long as it's
From an indie team.
If you're not doing Nintendo, you're safe.
Yeah, Nintendo or Take Two, you're safe. Neo.
Forgive me, I'm still recovering from a cold.
Okay.
I'm
No
just
problem.
curious, is there the issue with Xbox has changed over the years?
Nope.
like Postal 4.
No, not only has it not changed, it's getting worse. They say no to everything. They said no to brain damaged, and that was a few months ago. So no, that's just
They've
assume
been-
it's never, ever, 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 ever coming to Xbox.
We've been
And
trying
even if
since
it was
2016, right?
You would know about it online. So
yeah.
The only time there was ever
Yeah.
a potential was for Postal 3, which obviously just didn't happen. And it wasn't because they said no, it just didn't happen. And then they originally approved Postal Redux when the game was in development. And then they called me on a Friday night when I was out with my friends to tell me that they pulled that approval and they didn't give me a reason why, and they never changed their minds. And then when MD Games did port the game to Xbox and submit it, they rejected it. Then after it was released for Switch and PlayStation, they asked again, to which they said no. Then when we were working on Postal 4, we submitted for approval and they said no. Then when it was out for PlayStation, we submitted for approval again and they said no. Then when Brain Damage was in development, they started working on it and they submitted it for approval, to which they said no. And then when it was out for Switch and PlayStation, they submitted again and they said no. So I don't know if there's any other way to take that.
Yeah, TLDR, Microsoft doesn't give a shit. Zebleton.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
I would just like to ask
Hey.
a quick question. Is the running with scissors bong real?
It was like the little pipe, like the one hitter.
Oh, the little pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got us
Yeah, that
banned
was real.
from PayPal.
All right, thank you.
It got us banned on PayPal, and it's something that will never ever come back, unfortunately. You might still find a few on eBay, hopefully. Moib.
Hello.
Hello.
I have a question about Postal 2.
Sure.
So, I like the difficulty in the game where because most games they like increase the health of like enemies and all that, but in Postal 2 it like makes everyone in the like paradise hates you, and I want to know like what inspired that kind of difficulty, like Possible or Postal.
I'm not
I don't-
sure. Pedro?
That will be with Mike, but I don't think he knows either. If I were guessing, man, I would just say just because it's fun. Like
Yeah,
most
just
things
make
with
it harder.
development, like most things with the development of Postal 2, it was just things that they thought it was fun, so they added in. So I would say it's safe to assume that's one of them. I hope that
And
answers your question.
they probably got inspired from another boomer shooter, another game back then. So
Yeah. And sorry.
Hi again.
Hey.
again.
So sorry for stuttering earlier, but I get nervous, okay? Anyway, how many
It's all
Postal
good.
babes do you have in the RVS studio?
We got one in the poll right now.
Everyone
dancing
is
for
a
Mike.
postal babe in the studio. So
Yeah. Mike
Yeah,
is
I'm
a
right here.
postal babe. Matt is a postal babe.
I'm
Even Carl
even
is a
one.
postal babe.
Yeah, I'm definitely a postal babe.
Just a bunch of postal
and
babes.
Carl got to meet the postal babes for real at Vince's house. So
That's how he got to apply for a job. He saw her as a postal babe and work his way up to developer.
yeah.
It was my big mommy
postal movie
milkers.
dudes. Oh yeah. That's why we hired you, just for that.
Can you hear me?
Hey.
Yes.
Right, so I have a fairly simple question, and I think it has a fairly straightforward answer. I want to know if the postal dude is redheaded or brunette, because I thought it was quite obvious he was redheaded, but the wiki says that he's brunette, and I just want to know for sure.
I've always seen him as a redhead. He's definitely redhead.
Yeah.
They need to
he's
fix
a
that wiki.
redhead.
Yep. I think that Nuclear Blast did change his hair color a little bit, but yeah, I guess that's the most official answer you'll get. Magley.
Thing working? Is this thing working?
Hello, it's working.
Yep.
How did you
Yes.
guys find the music for, like, I'd say the Postal 3 theme or like the Go Postal soundtracks?
I'm not sure. I think Mike, you know, like some of the sound people who made the music, maybe.
Yeah, most of the music historically was just either people I know or people that would submit it to us for it. Like the original music to Go Postal by we posted, and people submitted stuff. And then for later on, I mean, stuff for In Postal 4, it was sort of the same way, just between people I know and open submissions.
Yeah. The credits song, for example, for Postal 4 was sang by Mike. And his band actually has a very well-known song in Postal 2. So yeah, it's a mix of that and, you know, things that our sound guys can do. How many more questions do we have time for? I'll just take the next one.
Oh, so I've
there?
had this. Yeah, you can hear me, right? Yeah, I've had this
Yes.
question for a while. I'm Native
Yep.
American and South Indian descent. I've always wondered, and a bunch of other people I know have always wondered, why there's never been a reservation in Postal with an American Indian versus South Indian humor joke in it.
I didn't write the game, so I didn't write the joke, so I don't know.
Well, I
But
guess this would be a little bit more towards Mike King.
Yeah.
I guess he would know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because the store, the Indian store owner jokes in there. Where's the rest of the jokes?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure
it's
if
sort
Mike
of
like
it's an amalgamation of jokes, right? Like it's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
Indian shop owner, but then it's actually a Muslim shop owner harboring terrorists. So it's a little bit of both. I mean, I don't know. For the same reason, we don't really have a bunch of Jews in the game. Like we can only attack so many people properly.
We have one.
I'm right here. Yeah.
Cyrus, take it away.
Hi.
Hey.
I wanted to ask a question on behalf of my buddy Christian Hunter, the Postal dude, aka a fucking loser. Wanted to know if Postal ever got popular enough, would you guys ever consider making a Doe or Poo Dude doll?
No.
Oh man.
There you got it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Pico.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Hi. So this is kind of a dumb question regarding Postal 2. I want to know what exactly was Dude's job before he got fired?
Good question. All we know is that he worked as a developer for Unlimited Scissors. Hell, he could probably even just be the janitor.
That's what I was gonna say. He's probably just a janitor.
Yeah.
Probably just a janitor. We don't know.
Thank you so much.
Never confirmed officially. A good one. Chuck, take it away.
Hi, hello again. Thank you. Yeah, I have a question regarding the merch. I'm an avid buyer of your merch. The shipping costs are currently killing me. I need to sell my kidney to buy the next batch, but what inspired you guys to make the dolls and the merch?
Well, the dolls were just, we made crotchy dolls for years because they were straight out of the game. And obviously we'd like to have more things like figurines and stuff, but they're just not even remotely cost effective at the amount of units we do. So dolls seem like the next logical step. And so we made one and it sold really well. So we made two and it sold really well. So we made 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. And now we have 8 dolls. And then we'll have 3 more coming in the next couple of months. The Postal Movie Dude, the Postal 4 Dude, and Postal 3 Dude will be coming soon. And sorry
Yeah, I
about the
think
shipping
maybe
costs.
we-
That's what it costs me. So
Yeah.
Didn't we talk
Yeah,
about
the shipping.
maybe a Larry, but I'm not sure if that would work out.
yeah, I mean that's a possibility. We don't really have it designed, and you know.
It's all up to what people want, but also what we can do, because there's a lot of limitations.
But we have more.
wished.
We have more. I mean, we have more merch and stuff coming like soon. So like we're not gonna run out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
we
am
wished
out of
we could.
I am out of alien shirts, but I'm waiting on those. Those should be back in stock next week.
Yeah, we wished we could give you guys like a figurine. We have it 3D printed and everything, but again, it's one of those things that it's not just what people want and what we want, but also what can be done. And getting someone to make those figurines is not easy, not just because of the cost, but also because of the quality. So it's all due to that. Brian.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yep.
Yes.
Hello. First of nothing, thanks for stay here. I not speak good English because I speak Spanish. Well,
You're doing fine.
I have a question for Mike. It's a little stupid. And why you did feel about becoming a cow demon occurring? And wait, no. Why? How did you feel about becoming a cow demon in the game of Postal Dude? So game
So how
I thought it
how
was
did it
awesome,
feel?
so
Sorry.
I love it.
All right. Thanks.
You wanted to know how he felt about it, or never mind. I was going to ask if he wanted to know if
Yeah.
where the idea came
Maybe
from
why.
or not, or why. Yeah. How many questions do we have?
Mike has big milkers. That's why he became a cow demon.
Yeah, that's why. Okay. Lola, take it away.
Hello again.
Hello.
All right. Hopefully this makes sense when I ask it, but in any kind of development of any of the Postal games, was there any times where like you were to say add something and then you had to remove it or edit it to avoid a worse controversy or possibly an AO rating from ESRB, blah blah blah, anything like that?
I mean, multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some stuff even for Postal 4 we are gonna keep for. It's like the main issue on PC. It's fine. It's just like mostly like the consoles that are like getting us stuck on some stuff we would like to add. But we could always add it with like mod support or on the Steam Workshop in the future. So.
Yeah, we're not going into details, but yeah, there's definitely some situations where we did have to, make a few
But
changes.
Even if it's not controversial, there's cut content all the time in games. Even there's tons of cut stuff in Postal 4. That's just how games are.
It's more down to that. It's just because something would not be as fun, or just because something would not be, easy. Again, we are a small team, so it's mostly down to that,
Or like
rather than
lack
being
of time,
controversial.
lack of money.
Yeah.
It got lost on the way. Yeah, like it could be anything. Yeah.
Yeah, resources, whatever. Ori Squirrel King.
Oh damn.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, there you go.
Hi, I was
Yep.
wondering, are you guys ever going to consider like a fully 2D or like a side scroller spin-off to Postal?
Probably not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We got time for one more question. So, Rao, make it count.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I okay. I'm nervous. Jesus. Hi. I have a question, especially for Mike J.
Go for it.
Why in Postal 2 your office in toilet? Just why? May I know the backstory for that?
I mean, really, it was just a guy on the dev team fucking with me. So he was just making offices in the studio, and he's like, he sort of secretly put my office in the toilet.
Did you try urinating on Mike in Postal 2? Pee on him.
Yeah.
He does a fun
gone.
trick.
Yeah,
I mean,
should
I
try
guess
that. You haven't.
lore wise, which we don't care about. I guess I love piss and bidets. So maybe everything
And
toilet. I'm
bidets.
just all about the toilet. I mean, it's a good place. It's a place to reflect.
Some of my best ideas came from the shitter.
Exactly.
Same here. Same here.
Some of my best
everything that
blumpkins
worked.
happened in the bathroom. So
Yeah.
that's why, Rao. Thank you for asking, and I gotta go. See you guys later.
See you, Mike.
See you,
so,
Mike.
yeah. I guess we can
we can- I
squeeze
guess we
like
can take a
5 more
couple more.
questions. Yeah, 5 more questions.
I gotta
so
actually
up to
get going.
You gotta go.
myself. I'm gonna stick around for this next
All right.
question, but I gotta bug out.
All right. So one more question for Commander Carl, if you guys have one, and 5 more for me and Matt, and then we'll wrap it up. So River, you're the last question. Make it for Commander Carl.
I didn't actually have one for him, but I just wanted to ask if you guys would do anything like with Postal Dough, like if maybe like you'd add her like in the like Postal 4, like because you have like the different Postal dudes and also their voice actors as well. So maybe with her, because like, you know, I think she did get a lot of people do actually enjoy her. Like she is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Plus,
yeah,
crazy women.
we talked about it actually on the team.
Yeah.
But I think she would be on like a lower priority, like than, for example, like the Postal, like the brain damage dude or some other dude skin we could add. But maybe in the future, and if we don't do it ourselves, maybe some people like some modders will add her to the game. So who knows?
Yeah,
it would be pretty cool for co-op.
Yeah, I can pretty much guarantee that. Unfortunately, not for Postal 4, but we are I'm writing a story for Postal Royale, and Postal though is going to be one of the main characters, one of the 2 main characters. So if you want to see more Postal though, I guess you have to look forward to the Postal Royale story, which again it will be a free story that comes with a free game. It's an April Fool's game, but at the same time, the story is going to be a love letter to Postal fans as a whole, and the addition of Postal though just makes sense. So if you want to see more of her, that's the game where she will be in, definitely. But otherwise, we cannot guarantee anything, especially for Postal 4, which is already packed. Each voice actor is a pain in the ass to include, whether it's subtitles, timing for cutscenes, anything really. It's very hard. So definitely not for Postal 4, and we cannot guarantee anything for the future besides Postal Royale, which again, it's going to be free. Look forward to it, but don't expect it so soon, because it's a difficult thing. We have so many priorities. Victor, if you have a question for Carl, make it count, because he has to go.
All right, Carl. So, what? Oh my God, I have many questions. So, what is
Okay.
the main thing you're about thinking of making Postal 4 in VR?
Me making Postal 4 in VR?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Postal 4 is incredibly difficult, has been incredibly difficult for us to optimize to run on even PC. And part of the reason that's an issue is because we don't really have like a dedicated engine programmer who can really properly optimize things. So we're having to work with whatever tools Unreal 4 has out of the box. And with that being said, a VR port could potentially happen. I can't personally speak to that because I'm just a lowly artist, but it's going to be a long time before something like that comes, just because we're still optimizing the PC version. So,
yeah.
And I think we'd
All
rather
right.
see Postal 4 being ported to like UE5 rather than VR first, because we would get more benefits of adding it to UE5. But that would be a lot of work, like months of work.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. Well, want to
All
thank
right.
Carl for standing here for a little bit more, and we'll see you later. But yeah,
Yeah.
everybody say goodbye to Carl. Me and Matt are going to take probably four more
Yeah, all
questions.
Commander
All right.
out. See you guys.
Commander out. See you. Reload some cocks.
Mommy milkers.
All right, we're gonna take K-Man here.
Who the hell was that guy, Carl?
Who the hell was Carl?
Anyway,
Hey, man.
so I was gonna ask Mike a question, but now he's gone. But I have another one.
Sure.
Do you enjoy running with scissors? I must assume that you do.
Oh yeah,
It's the best company I've ever worked with and I worked a lot for like 10 years and big companies, but this is the most fun because like smaller companies, you get more freedom and it doesn't feel like working and running with scissors. We just talk like dudes or bros or like we just talk about games. We talk shit to each other. Like there's no rule. They're like
I would say that working at Run with is as cool as it sounds. And unfortunately, you cannot really say that for every work at the gaming industry. Do not go to the gaming industry thinking it's all like this. There are some corners of the gaming industry that are not as pleasant. But I guess what we can say from our perspective at Run with is that yes, it's really fun. Our ideas are taken into consideration. Everything is just so natural. And that's something that you don't really see in many companies, even indie ones sometimes, because there's just so much freedom. And all of us have like we are all from different countries, but still we all have something in common. We all like games. We all like almost the same kind of music, which is funny. But yeah, it's just so fun. It's a really fun company to work at, with history since the 90s, which is crazy, and we are still standing. And
also most people on the team were fans of Postal 1 or Postal 2 or worked on Postal 2 or Paradise Lost, and then now we are working on Postal 4.
Yeah. And there are so many things we can say about the company, like from experience, like so many ideas that we had and then they made it into the game. There's countless situations like that, but that's a fun part of everybody having a creative say. It's not like we have full freedom, but they give us enough freedom to that at least our ideas are heard. So it's really fun. It's really fun.
And Pedro could destroy the game if you wanted to. We could press one button and it will be all gone. Yeah, we could get away with it, maybe, or maybe not.
Yeah, probably they will even laugh at it.
We know all the secrets.
Pizza Boy Art, take it away.
Oh, hello there.
Hey.
Hello.
I got a question about what did you how did you came up with the idea of crotchy?
That would be a question for Vince or Mike, but yeah, we weren't there.
But we could tell you how we got, like, how Cunny came about, I guess. More than crotchy.
I mean,
yeah.
some people like crotches, like male crotches. Some others like vaginas, and I guess we just liked vagina that much that we decided to make Cunny.
Just dudes being bros, but also like
Just-
we wanted to do. We were gonna have Crotchy back for Postal 4, and then we decided to do something different, and so yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, Crotchy is basically the mascot of the Postal series. I would say. If there are so many things synonymous to Postal franchise, but when you look at Crotchy, you see one of the most creative mascots ever made, and it's amazing how a figure that looks like a crotch just is so well known, and a lot of we see the sales, and we see just how many people buy the crotchy dolls. So there's definitely a lot of value there for the mascot. But yeah, it's a big deal for us. Dia. Hey.
Yeah, let me get outside real quick. I have one major question, and that would be, what is your guys' childhood game that you guys just love?
I mean, Postal 2 is like one of them for me. I grew up playing it. There's so many games. A lot of like Nintendo games, like Game Boy games, like Super Mario Bros. 3, stuff like that. GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
Pedro.
Well, I'm 30 years old, so I grew up with a lot of good games in the 90s. I played the GTA franchise ever since the first one, and I've seen how the industry grew, and there's a lot of evolution that took place in the 2000s. But yeah, Postal is definitely one of those games that I just played a lot back then. I would rush home to play Postal. I would rush home to play GTA. Bloody Roar. Not many people know about Bloody Roar, but it's one of the best fighting games I've ever played. The best fighting franchise in my opinion, which unfortunately nobody touches it anyway. I played a lot of stuff back then. But yeah, I'm a big nerd. Vermin, take it away. We'll probably take 2 more questions.
Hello.
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah. So for the start, I wanted to answer the VR question for everyone. There's a program called Vorpex, which allows you to use any game on any, like that runs DirectX, any projects to the VR. I tried it on Postal 4. It's working.
Oh yeah, I know about it. Yeah.
Then I had 2 questions, if I could.
Yeah, sure.
One more question, just one.
Okay. Is there any
We gotta-
new Postal 2 DLC coming out? Something like Paradise Lost, but the new one?
No, not anytime soon. We are not. I don't
Wait,
even
you said
think we
for
talked
Postal
about
2 or
it,
for
so-
Postal 4?
No, Postal 2.
For Postal 2.
Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
We are not working on
For
Postal 2
Postal,
right now. The only person working on Postal 2 is the developer of the X patch. So
yeah. For Postal 2, the answer is a no, simply because the engine is so old, and developing sub for that engine is a pain in the ass, basically. For Postal 4, we still cannot guarantee you anything, but it will be a lot more likely that we would do something for Postal 4 rather than Postal 2, because it's a newer engine, it's what we are working on right now, and we still are making it right for those who bought the game.
But we love
So, yeah.
Postal 2. Like, I mean, I think that's pretty much everyone's favorite Postal game. So, like, maybe if you go see the guy who did the X patch and you throw a lot of money at his face, maybe he will make he will make an expansion all by himself.
Maybe. Yeah, who knows? And he's very approachable. I would say like if we had all the money in the world, we would just make remake Postal 2 one by one. The only thing that changes is the graphics. Like same story, same features, one by one. That's pretty much what we wanted to do. But again, development is very difficult, so we cannot guarantee anything like that. Lucky Bandit, you'll be the last one. You'll be the last one for today. Hey.
How's it going, guys?
How's
So
it
I have
going?
a question for Postal 4 for the radio stations. Is there going to be anything new for the radio stations? Maybe even the Postal Brain Damaged soundtrack?
Funny you asked that. There were discussions, but those were only discussions. We cannot again. We cannot guarantee anything at this point. But radio stations were a big success, in my opinion. They added a lot of depth to the game. Like KDTF is easily the best mock-up radio station I've ever had the pleasure of hearing. The guy who directed it, James Avestruz, I think that was his name.
Yeah.
He's a talent and a half. You know, he's really good at what he does, and if we add more, that will be awesome. But we cannot guarantee that. There were just talks, but nothing came out of those. Who knows?
Also, one of the issue is that the subtitles are a pain in the ass, and
oh yeah,
and every time we add something new to the game, we have to translate like a dozen of languages, and that's usually just one person doing it, maybe different people sometime, but yeah, it's a lot of work.
It's me and Martin.
But we would it's usually Pedro and Marcin on the team, so yeah.
And we would have these fucking spreadsheets. Oh no, me, Martian, and someone else, which I forgot who. But it's mostly me and Martian because there's these spreadsheets, like huge spreadsheets with all the dialogue, and we have to apply it to every single thing, and then it has to be applied onto the engine. It's very difficult shit, and if it was something that we could have optimized from the beginning, we learn our stuff with development. It would be a lot easier, but it's hard. It's hard.
Like I was doing the Japanese and French translation, and it's like 80 or 90,000 words each, like that you have to do. It takes months to do. So, and it takes us
a lot
out of adding new content. Yeah. So
yeah,
and after
like,
you translate
reason...
them on the, you have to add them in the game after. So it takes so long.
Yeah. Pretty much. Well, that's all the time we had for today. We want to thank everybody who joined, and everybody who got to ask a question. Thank you a lot for participating. Definitely look forward to the next Postal 4 update. And this summer we are going to host soon. And this summer we are going to host the second edition of the Postal Jam. We are going to start having them every summer. So if you know how to make games, or you know someone who knows how to make games, you might want to, join forces so you can make your own Postal game and join the Postal Jam. We will be having more information soonish. But until then, you can check the previous winners of the Postal Jam from last year in our Run with Caesars website. And that's all we had for today. Matt, do you have anything to say before we go?
Skibidi toilet.
Skibidi toilet for everybody. Brain rot for everyone.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Have a good one. Many nipples.
Nipples.